Okay, we're on Roosevelt Island today, formerly known as Welfare Island. Named for FDR, not Teddy. This is we're at the very southern end right now of Roosevelt Island, and this is the backside of the Smallpox Hospital. This was built in 1850, the Gothic Revival style. You absolutely positively cannot go in there. It's completely blocked off, gated off. You got guards and people and everybody and their brother running around here, so there's no opportunity to circumvent this. But this is, as you can see, I mean, this is absolutely incredible ruin. There's so much of it still existing. It's placed on the National Register of Historic Places, but as with a lot of those things, who knows when this will blow over and they'll just put condos up here for rich people. But this was, as with most New York medical facilities of the time, this was a charity, became a charity. It didn't start out to be a charity place, but it became a charity place. You got some tents for events and some food trucks out here, but as you can see, they started shoring it up some where the major crumbling areas are. On the corners here, they put up some steel beams. They've got some serious infrastructure in there to hold this thing up, so it looks like they've at least done some, you know, cursory preservative work. In fact, that whole area inside is steel beams and steel infrastructure, so, and everything seems to be tied to that. So it looks like you can see the brickwork in here. And this is some sort of, it's a locally quarried stone called granite or granite, something like that. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it correctly. But it's brickwork on the inside, you can see. And they have this corner here, they have shored this up pretty well. So they've done a pretty good job with that. Some amazing stuff right there. There's a overlook, I don't know what they would call that. More than just a porch, but I'm not sure how good the audio is going to be in this because of the wind, but here's the other side. This is the north or the south end of it. And here we are on basically the front of it. Ivy's growing up on the front of it. It's very neat, central. An initial photograph of what it looked like back in the day. Never let a kid yet they couldn't keep from putting their hand in the sprinkler. That's incredible architecture. There's a more completed version of what we saw on the other side. I don't know the correct name for it, but this would have been Gothic Revival, so it was based on medieval architecture. That's almost fallen in. You can see it leaning. To their credit, they've got it buttressed a little bit with some steel girder infrastructure. Actually quite a bit. I mean, this is actually quite extensive what they appear to have done here. They seem to be intent on keeping this building intact, to their credit. As you look around the exterior of the building, you see inside all the girders and everything, so it does look like they've done a pretty good job of keeping it braced up and everything. So I'm going to try to photograph it and try to capture some of those interior efforts, bracing. But for now, we're going to move on. There's 5 other spots on this island. It's a fairly small island, but there's 5 other spots which are essentially ruins, abandoned, like this medical facility. This was basically a medical island back in the day. Insane asylums, etc. They basically dumped the detritus of society out here and not have to worry with them, not have to see them on a daily basis, which is how society was back in those days. They didn't want to deal with it. They didn't want to just euthanize everybody, but they didn't want to see them on a regular basis either, so they just sent them off. Alright, so for now we're going to shut down this part.